Hey guys, it's JT here, and I'm making this quick video to share with you my takeaways from today's Builders Call. Now, if you've been watching my content, you're gonna be fast to realize that my goal is to qualify for everything. The top earners, the top leaders in the company will tell you this um, and live by this. Okay, so how you do anything is how you do everything. I suggest that you do the same. Qualify for everything. And during these takeaways, I'm going to share one of them, which is further going to confirm that it is important that we qualify for everything. So, without further ado, allow me to share my takeaways from today's builder call. Okay, number one, um, the problem is your identity. Now, here's what I mean by that. Okay, I actually met a gentleman that it was a janitor all his life. He had been taking care of a big plant for the past 25 years, and he couldn't picture himself doing anything else because that was his identity. He was a plant. He called himself plant manager, but that role included cleaning toilets to picking up the trash. And by the way, there is nothing wrong with that, okay? Please do not misinterpret my message. There's nothing wrong with that. That is a good thing. We need janitors. However, the reason why I'm bringing this up was because this gentleman um, couldn't believe that he had a future in our business because what different or what can a janitor do in our business, or what does a janitor do in our business, or what does he know about finances? And again, I stopped them really quick because I mentioned that is an identity issue. That's your identity. That's the self-esteem. That's the you're self-conscious, and that's not going to get you very far. Yes, you may very well be a janitor. However, okay, it is very important that as a janitor, you stay hungry, you stay humble, and you are open to always learning and getting better. And then eventually you'll catch yourself going from a janitor to an entrepreneur to a business owner, etc. Okay, so more importantly, the reason why this person didn't see himself in this business was because he wasn't willing to burn his identity. More importantly, he wasn't willing to burn these ships. Okay, so in order for you to do good in this business, you're going to have to check your identity, recognize that yes, you're a great janitor. However, you have much potential than what you are than what you're currently doing. Okay, like this gentleman that I was talking to earlier. Okay, so burn the ships, and once you burn the ships, you're going to recognize that you have no more other options. Okay, identity comes when you are hanging around with the right people. As a janitor, this person was hanging around with other janitors. What do you do after work? I asked him. He says he goes to the bar down the street from the school he works at. Check that out. Okay, now what do we do after work? Right? We hang around the office. We hang out with our families. We we have Bible studies at Carla's at different offices. We it's different. We go to conventions. We take our families to conventions. So your identity increases when you have different conversations and you start hanging around different people as well. Okay. Now, another of my takeaways was qualify for everything. Today's call was hosted by a Christian Orellana, amongst this other gentleman by the name of Bluey, I believe. Okay. Qualify for everything. If they say that, the contest is X, Y, and Z apps, X, Y, and Z points, X, Y, and Z recruits, shoot for the moon. Shoot for that. Even if it's just a lunch that's on the line, even if it's just whatever the case is, qualify for everything. That's what I'm doing. I'm all in. I burnt the ships. Um, so I suggest you do the same, right? Number three, involve yourself in big conversations within players within the company. So people that are doing good. Well, I'll give you an example. You go to a convention, okay? Like for example, the one that's coming up in February. You see some of the speakers that are going to be up on stage. You come across them um, as we're in the hallways, or as we're going into lunch, or in the breakouts. Approach them, and then before going to the event, have a plan in mind, have a question in mind as to a question you would like to ask someone that is playing at a high level within the company. Okay. Number four, one of the biggest issues in our company as to why people don't succeed is they don't see this opportunity as a business. Plain and simple. Okay. Now, what I mean by that is that uh, when you think about opening up a business, you often think about merchandise. If you let's just say restaurant, right? If you often think about a brick and mortar, you think about food, you think about a big investment. Okay, now when I approach you or one of our associates approaches you about our business, and they tell you that the initial investment is 199, it's hard for you to believe because you believe that everyone is out to get you. Trust me, if anyone was out to get you, they wouldn't be getting you for 199. Okay, so just think about that. Okay, number five, things are going to get tough in this business. It's very important that you recognize it. It's very important that you know that. Now, knowing that things are going to get very tough, okay, understand that you're going to have two options when things get tough. You're going to have option number one is quitting, or option number two is going to be failing. Now, I'll give you the difference, right? Now, oftentimes, right away, our mind tells us, well, shoot, I don't want either. I don't want to quit and I don't want to fail. But think about it this way, there is nothing worse than quitting. There is absolutely nothing worse than being a coward, quitting on your dreams, quitting on your family, quitting on your business, quitting on the 199 that you invested. It's okay to fail. Depending upon what culture you come from, it's bad to fail. Actually, it is very good to fail. The vocabulary that I've been speaking for the past 16, 17 years is we've got to fail. If you don't fail on a daily basis, you are not growing, you are not succeeding. I'll give you an example. Salesperson, okay? As a salesperson, you are prospecting new prospects, okay? If it was easy, and if it was easy, anybody would be able to sell what we sell, okay? If it was easy, anybody would be a salesperson. So what do I mean by that? Well, as a salesperson, depending upon how good you are or how bad you are, you're going to have a conversion ratio. I'll give you an example. Out of 10, depending upon what you sell, okay, if you talk to 10, one tells you, yes, I'll buy your product, then that means that you've got to get rejected 9 times to sell one product. Okay, so if knowing those numbers, it is very good that you fail 9 times to sell one. Okay, if you want to sell two, you've got to fail 18 times. In order for you to sell, you've got to fail. Okay, now if you want to be a great salesperson, you cannot quit. Quitting means you're not selling anything. Quitting means you're a coward. Quitting means you are giving up on your family, your dreams, and your 199. Okay, and now the difference, number six, the difference between $1 million earner and one that's not is we get over things very fast. That was huge for me. Depending upon your culture, you hold grudges. All right. One of the top earners, actually the first $1 million Hispanic earner within our company, happens to be a couple as well. They said that the moment that they got over whatever argument they were having, uh, the faster they got over it, the faster they were able to get to where they wanted to be. So get over it fast, whatever it may be. Okay. Um, let's see. Let's see. Number 7. Look at your top. Go through your phone. Look at your last 10 phone calls and ask yourself, okay, do they make more money than you? If they don't, then you might want to stop calling them. If you do, and they're one of the 10, then I mean one's better than nothing, but make that be 2 out of 10. And then make that be 3. Your immediate goal should be that you are 80% of the people you talk to make more money than you do. That's going to do a combination of a couple of things. That's going to raise your income. That's going to raise your identity. That's going to increase the level of conversations you have. That hence will increase your identity, guys. Okay, so I don't want to make this too long, so I don't want to make this boring for you guys. But it's important that I get my point across, and it's important that I share my takeaways with you guys. Okay, number 8. Okay, everything gets sold at the top. Okay, understand that we are selling an opportunity. Understand that we are selling that something that's not tangible. So if you are a salesperson and you are actually writing policies and that's what you want to do, understand that you're going to be selling something that's not tangible. You're not going to be able to live in it. You're not going to be able to wear it. You're not going to be able to eat it, drink it. It's going to be something that it's kind of like equivalent to it reminds me of like Chris Rock says that insurance is like in case shit happens, right? So understand you are selling that, but understand that you've got to sell it in a certain way where kind of like how I've been. It's like look, what legacy are you leaving behind? Okay, but you have to understand that when if selling starts from the top, it also starts from when people see you do it. Okay, it then follows they witness it and then they take the leap. So what do I mean by that? You've got to see how I sell the product. Okay, you've got to see it. You've got to witness it with your own eyes, and then you've got to do it on your own, with me next to you, or with me on Zoom, or without you. Remember that what counts is what you do when no one is watching. So when no one is watching, do you quit or do you fail? Remember, it is good to fail. Okay. Um, let's see. Number 9, it is very exciting to have new people on your team. So if you like to be excited, then recruit more people, have more people more often. Okay. Um, let's see. Let's see. The more you welcome failure, the better off you will be. Quote Orellana. That's my takeaway number 10. And let's see. Number 11, you've got to be willing what others aren't willing to do. All right. You've got to be willing to do what others aren't willing to do. Now, you have to be willing to sacrifice what others aren't willing to sacrifice. Very important. Okay. And then, last but not least, number 13, if you don't recruit, you will die. Okay. Because you don't want to be 60 or 50 years old and writing policies. I don't. I'm here to build a big, ginormous business. We are going to be one of the largest organizations within the PHP organization. Our organization is going to be worth $500 million. We're going to be visiting offices in sprinters, and we're going to be going we're going to be driven to the airport in our sprinters. So for those, I'm sorry, we're going to be driven to airports in our sprinters, and we're going to jump on planes, private planes, to visit our locations from Riverside to Hemet, or from Hemet to Palmdale, from Palmdale to Utah, from Utah to Colorado, etc. That's what we're going to be doing, guys. We're gonna buy planes, we're gonna buy private planes, we're gonna have private chauffeurs. We are going to be changing many lives. We are gonna be touching many people. We are gonna revolutionize how families buy homes. We are gonna revolutionize the mortgage industry. More importantly, we are gonna protect the American dream. We are going to protect the American dream that families buy with their hard earned money, with their life savings. Guys, it doesn't sit well with me that our government, that the banks are okay with them insuring their assets and not insuring the most important piece to the American dream. Guys, we are going to do something freaking crazy. I can't do it on my own. I can't do it by myself. I need your help. And you're on this team and you're watching this video because you're a little off. And people that are off, people that are crazy, tend to do some crazy things in this world. My goal is that we make our children proud. My goal is that we make our parents proud. My goal is that the world knows our last name. That is my goal. And if you stick around, if you fail enough times and you never quit, we are going to do some crazy things where our children are going to be very proud of us, where our parents are going to be very proud of us, guys. So stick around, fail a lot, and fail very fast because the world will never be the same. Because you will never be the same. So, guys, thank you for watching this. These are my takeaways from today's Builders call. I suggest that you qualify for it. I suggest that you ask. If you're interested in knowing what it takes to be on this call, ask me. Ask your upline. Ask your MD. Qualify for everything. And I'll leave you with that. Qualify for everything. Guys, Juan Torres here. Hope you found this of value. Have a great one. I'll talk to you later.